So we are a credit union based out of just north of Chicago, Illinois. We are over 3 billion in assets, and we have over 200,000 members. We have about 450 total employees, ranging from branches to call center to back office, accounting, HR type solutions as well. So, and growing fast.
So before Creatio, CCU did not have a CRM, and so for a while we had kind of come to the understanding that we're not really providing our staff with the tools they need to perform their job efficiently or effectively in a number of respects. So we were hearing this from our staff, but we were also seeing this in our survey results with our members, and also our NPS scores were really kind of screaming it at us. So we had known that we needed a CRM for a while to help us address these challenges, but our focus on other priorities caused us to kind of continually put off implementing a CRM. So some of those challenges were really, first of all, we had several disparate applications that we used to affect case and lead management. Our staff had to jump around from system to system to learn relatively basic details about our members' complete relationship with us. And so that's obviously terribly inefficient. Our contact center, really understands that. I think most of all, one of their KPIs is average handle time. And, the goal obviously of that is to make that number in minutes as low as possible while providing service excellence. And we had kind of all but guaranteed that we could only make that number go so low while remaining pretty painfully high. And so, with a high call handle time comes high call wait times. And so our members were, justifiably unhappy. Second challenge, and a common theme from our members, was you never followed up with me. And we really couldn't blame our staff for that. We didn't really provide them with a means of consistently accomplishing follow-up and even tracking their cases or the work that they were doing on behalf of a member well. And so really, they really didn't have that consistent method of handling follow-up consistently.
So we did an assess and recommend for Creatio, and as part of that assess and recommendation, we also evaluated implementation partners. And so we did some due diligence. We reached out to Ent, I believe, was the credit union. They had a relationship with TAI, and then we also reached out to Creatio for some feedback on implementation partners that they would recommend, and they both gave very positive feedback. And what really sold it for us was that our Creatio contact, Tom, I believe his name was, just they made it very clear that they had trust in TAI's ability to support us, and with our relationship with Creatio and understanding how important relationships are to Creatio, if they were willing to kind of stand behind TAI, to me, it made it obvious that they would be the right decision for us to move forward with.
TAI really, for the duration of the project, became an extension of our team. They really learned how we operated as a business. And I think they came to understand really well some of the challenges that we were facing, and some of the disjointedness that came along with how we were trying to operate towards fulfilling member service in our organization. And so through their experience, they really provided us with best practices for us to help really drive the way that we were going to implement and really build Creatio for our organization. So, from pure project management, development resources, and just gathering the requirements that we had as an organization to help us address the issues that I described earlier, they really just did a fantastic job of bringing the resources that we really didn't have internally, to be able to make the project and really the outcome as successful as it has been for the organization.
I mean, the outcomes I think are varied and many, but I think one of the biggest ones is that in the past, we, like Eric had mentioned, we were using some not great systems in order to pass work along, and we were also kind of using our core banking platform as our CRM, and so both of those things were negatives ultimately, and made work a lot more difficult for the call center staff or anyone on the front line, really anyone at the whole credit union. And so when we implemented Creatio and went live, it kind of transformed us a bit to get away from using the core and some of these systems that were being used in not the way they're designed, and allowed us to kind of rethink the way we want to serve our members and the way we want to move our work along and collaborate with each other to solve the member problems as they come up. I would say one of the biggest things that we have is an ability to solve member problems more quickly, and also to avoid member issues falling through the cracks. So in the past, we'd be passing work along, or if we had a member issue that needed another department, for example, those would be sent via Teams message or email, or a lot of other ways that are not trackable and traceable, nor are they reportable. Now we have all of that work being moved through Creatio, and we can see very specifically, what is there a department that's struggling? Is there an issue members are having that's more frequent than others? And we have just a lot better insight to it. The other one is a tangible benefit too has been a reduction in the number of systems that need to be used in order to solve, especially the simpler type of problems that come up. Because we have several of our other systems, our consumer LOS, our credit card platform, among many others, set up, and of course our banking core system, because those are all integrated in Creatio, we can see most of the information we need in one spot at one time as we're calling, or as the members are calling.
Being able to have that member 360 view all in one place was absolutely crucial. And so would absolutely recommend that a credit union have a CRM. What set Creatio apart was that, in addition to having that modern view, with that low code, it allowed us to rapidly introduce change. When we developed business solutions, we were able to develop business solutions that felt right for us, as compared to some of the other platforms that we had looked at from a CRM perspective, where they may have been quality products, but the risk was that we would lose a little bit of what made CCU us, because we would have been forced to essentially accommodate other platforms, processes. As it relates to, the maturity of the platform, we're still pretty much in that beginner stage or crawl stage of our maturity with Creatio. We certainly have a lot of things in flight right now within the organization to advance that maturity, and we are bringing TAI along with us to help build out this future state. We have quite a bit of a ways to go, and we have a formal relationship with TAI to help us with that.